Today we've come out from the property and we've touched upon Tropica Capricorn, a marker that runs from New South Wales, Queensland, Northern Territory and Western Australia. The tropical north, the regular Tropica Capricorn. Not much here, but thought we'd come out and we'd show it to you. This is it, Tropica Capricorn, in the middle of nowhere.
Overnight camping.
24-hour free overnight camping allowed. And they've got water, but they can't guarantee if it's drinkable or not. 24-hour overnight camping's allowed. It's just basically a rest area, but it marks the Capricorn, Tropica Capricorn marker. And there's your drinking water. It provides little campfires here if you need them. Quite good actually. So yeah, 24-hour overnight stop. Got little campfires, little hut, picnic tables, garbages. So this marker, 1500k highway connecting the Alice Springs to Darwin, started as a dirt track in the 1870s, the Overland Telegraph track, which is connected to our visit to the old telegraph station in the previous video you would have seen. And this was a link between Darwin, which was a military port during the war, Second World War, and other parts of Australia, as I explained in the earlier video about the old telegraph station in Alice. That opened up the whole country, especially Darwin, which was a military port, so they were using this as a transfer station between other parts of Australia to Darwin. It started as a dirt road. I'll go back to the sign coming down this way. Get a bit more information from the sign, but I think it was a military supply route during World War II. I'll clarify that soon. But here we are, Tropica Capricorn, and it tells you about Go and Troppo. Alright. Non-Aboriginal locals talk about the dry, the build-up and the wet. Here we go. The Aborigines recognise it as a cycle of season based on plants and the complex behaviour of animals. So pre-monsoonal weather, or the build-up, it's the time to go hunt and fish, because that's when the animals are getting their bellies full and hiding before the storm. But you get none of those. Apparently you get none of those seasons in the tropical north. You just get the wet seasons. And here we are. Here's a quick map to show us. There we go. We've come out from Tanami. We're in here, working here. Came along to Tanami. We've come up here to roughly here, I think, just south of Aileron. But as you can see, it goes all the way through up into Darwin. Lieutenant Creek's on the way. We're not going that way, we're going south when we finish our work in 3 weeks. South to South Australia, working the barley fields. And the majority of the territory lies north of Tropica Capricorn due to the earth-shattering consequences of a continental drift millions of years ago.
We
crashed into
Asia
Minor, yeah.
And the crash went off with a bang, which resulted in the New Guinea highlands.
There you go. That caused an explosion and that spat out New Guinea and New Guinea highlands. That's how Australia was formed many years ago, millions ago. But yeah, this was a dirt road, initially. There's a road, the railway through to Darwin there. This was a supply route for most of the states during World War II. It was a dirt road, and I'll just find out when it was actually bitumenised. But it was hauled in with the overland tele track. So the original fellas who did the overland telegraph track would have forged their way through, eventually making their way up to Darwin, laying cable, opening up the country. So it was sealed for the vital defence of Australia just before World War II. Okay, so 1938. Upgrades in 70 and 92 created a national highway. So there we go. 1938 it was bitumenised, and it had major updates in the 70s and 92. And it's now become a recognised national highway. All part of interesting history. But yep, that's tropical Capricorn. Okay, we'll move on and see what else we can find. Come in from the tropical Capricorn to the reptile museum in town of Alice, and there's a king brown in there. You can't actually see him because he's shedding. But this is the reptile display in Alice Springs itself. King brown snake. It's $12 in concession. Well worth your visit. They do shows. Next show's at half an hour's time, 1 o'clock. We've got a coastal taipan. He's a venomous fella. Coastal taipan, these are all your poisonous ones. Striped skink, but we got a message saying he's gone to concert. Where he's out having a concert, the party. Yeah, that's the taipan. Coastal taipan.
He's coming along there. Come up, you can see his head down there. Can you see it? If you come over here and go that way. Here he comes up past. There he is.
Coastal taipan. Now here's a poison one. I'm glad there's glass between me and him, but he can give you a bite. And he's just read about it. He's got a small mouth, so I'm guessing it wouldn't be able to hit a human because his mouth's too small. Now this is an inland taipan, and I'm guessing again this guy's a poisonous one. He's the most venomous land snake in the world, this fella. He's an inland taipan, and he will hit humans and kill them. It's the most deadliest snake on the planet, apart from the cobra. So him and the cobra are ranked up there as the most venomous snake. And here's our mate, the bearded. You can see plenty of him on the road. We see lots of him on the road and on the highway. Western brown snake. I can't see where this western brown snake is. He likes logs to hide in, they tell us. That's an empty enclosure. Another western brown.
Could you not see this one? Black-headed form.
Black-headed form.
He's up the back. See behind that log there.
Right.
Can't
pick it up on the GoPro. So, another western brown, and he's got markings on him, stripes, but they're all still classified in the brown snake family. Just because of their colours, I believe. Got a shingleback.
This one's currently empty.
Here's a shingleback.
Oh, this one's here. Did you see this fella?
Yeah, that's the brown snake.
It's banded.
Western brown
Banded.
snake.
Banded form.
Banded form. It's Western brown
Gee.
snake, banded form. Yeah, I saw that one. Shingleback. Or the sleepy lizard. He lives up to his name, he's not moving. Creature's gone camping.
Yes, he did. We just heard you.
So this desert death adder, he's gone camping, he's out dancing, this fella. Colette snake. Can't pick it up, it's at the back. Northern blue-tongued skink. Alright, he's up the back having a sleep.
Oh. What is?
And the last fella here is a pygmy mulga skink. I think we've seen these on the wood piles out at the camp.
Yeah, he was that one that stood there arguing with you.
Here's the fellow on the wood pile we were having a
Had the
conversation
scare off.
for 10 minutes. See what else we can find. Black-headed python.
Oh, look at the size of it. That looks like two snakes. That's
He's
got to be
big
two
and he's
snakes. There's two
apparently-
tails.
Apparently it's shedding and it's just had a feed. You can see by the bulging belly on it, but it's shedding. And shedding takes about 2 weeks apparently.
That's two snakes. It's got to be. 'Cause there's a
Black-headed
tail
python.
there and a tail there.
Thorny devil.
You're a little devil.
Thorny devil. Can't see him.
Oi.
Frilled neck lizard.
Hello, mate.
There's your frilly neck.
Hello, mate.
Just hanging out, having a look. There's another one up there.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Both of them they're just hanging out. Pair of frill necks. They're pretty cool.
Be good to see them open their frills. Just for food.
Freshwater croc. Here he is. Hanging in the corner. You see him? Python. Another one shedding. On a pelly python. That's shedding its skin as well. That takes 2 weeks. Stimpson's python. He's in the corner here. It's got good markings on him. A Stimpson python. Shingleback sleepy lizard. Seen. Black-headed goanna. He's just hanging out, having
Did
fun.
you see this one?
Yeah.
Look like a bony skull.
Spiny tailed goanna. Now he's hiding up there. He might be a bit difficult to see. Can't see him.
Did you see this one?
Yeah, I saw that one. Olive python.
It's all like method.
There's an olive python hanging in there. Pearl snake. Pearl snake. Now he's buried himself for reasons he only knows to himself. But he's buried himself in the sand, that fella. Pearl snake. Northern death adder, but he's got a sign up, gone fishing.
Oh, the goanna's up the back under there.
Yep. The curl snake. He's buried himself. You can only see a part of him coming through, but
It's just an empty skin.
central carpet python, he's hanging out. We'll go this side.
Put that in again.
Time for a bit of dragon action. He's hanging out there in the back. Trying to get flies, his mates next door. Just hanging out. And you've got big boy Parenti over this way.
The one up at the farm, at the camp, was bigger than him.
He's just checking things out. What have we got in this
They
one?
can run on 4 legs or on 2.
Spencer's goanna. That's Spencer's goanna, he's hanging out. They're all starting to become active because it's starting to warm up. There's another one up the back there. Coming out of winter. They're starting to get a bit more active and looking for their food. We're going to do an animal show at 1 o'clock, which is about 20 minutes away.
See this one?
Yeah. Crocodilians, saltwater crocs.
Oh, there he is.
There's 2 of them. Closer in. Blue tongues are hanging out. Can't see any in there. Saltwater croc. Big saltwater croc. And then swimming pool. Cool. And it's down this way. Central netted dragon, striped skink, long-nosed dragon, and gidgee skink. Being skinks, they're going to be small. You can see one hanging on the plate. And there's one right up in the corner. You won't see it because he's small. Terry the saltwater croc. Martin's monitor.
Flat on the rock.
Flat out like a lizard drinking. There it is.
He's dead set laying flat on his tummy.
Right here he is, but you can't zoom in because the GoPro's got the zoom, but there he is. Flat out like a lizard drinking, as they say. And we've got big Terry over here. Terry the saltwater croc, which I've shown you before. And that pretty much is all they've got. We're waiting for an animal reptile show for another 15 minutes. We'll wait. It starts at 1. But yeah, reptile park, pretty good. Yep. Parenti over there.
You can go down and see down
Pats on the back as well, he's completely fine with that.
That.
Yeah, no worries, I'll around this.
Bearded dragon.
So this is a boy, they won't get any larger than this.
Oh, wow.
Ross is about 10 years old. These guys live for about 12 to 15 years on average.
Pretty cool. Scaly.
Did you say 12 to 15 years?
Yeah, so yeah.
He won't grow bigger?
Nah, so this is about as big as the boys will get.
What animals
He's
do
on
you
the red on him.
What animals eat these guys? A lot of birds of prey, it's their biggest threat, so like the big birds of prey, like the kites.
Bearded dragon, he's the
Go
guy.
after these guys pretty tough. Also like the big goannas as well.
Oh, wow.
Some of our larger venomous snakes will have a go at them as well, so like the mulga snake.
They're pretty cool.
They don't tend to shed in one big uniform piece the same way. So how you hold Nora, just like this and this, you will notice her tail as well. So with her tail, she was originally a surrendered pet who was brought to us. Now, you would have noticed before with Ross, I picked him up by his tail. So the bearded dragons don't drop their tails as a response to a perceived threat. These guys do. So you can handle these guys because it's the safest part of their body, but you can't handle the tail of blue-tongued lizards. Unfortunately, so what happened with the last person who owned her, they came in, they said, oh, I tried to pick it up by the tail and the tail just fell off. And it's like, obviously that's why you do research on the species you have before you get them, because unfortunately they will drop their tail in response to a threat. Now, these guys can regenerate their tail once, so this new bit here, that's what's happening. That's why there's like the change in it all of a sudden. So this little part here is the regenerated part. They can grow it back. Now, if Nora loses her tail again, she can't grow back another one, or if she loses this part again, it won't grow back again. So it's a one and only thing. How you hold Nora, just like this and this. So she's a northern blue tongue as well. So these guys, they tend to be much lighter just because of how cool, not cool, sorry, the opposite. Hot and humid their environment is all year round.
They're light.
Yeah.
For the size of them.
So yeah, Nora's a very small female. So she's only about 8 years old. When they're at their full size, they tend to be about 50 to 60 kilos and weigh about 500 to 600 grams as well. So they get much, much bigger.
Do you find a huge difference with like pet owned?
These guys,
compared to ones that are like breeded and raised here?
Yeah, it depends. When we get wild ones in, their temperament's much, much different. Lands, rainforests, they are water pythons, so they can move through water very easily. Cargo, he's very small and young for this species. This isn't large. So Cargo is about 8 years old. Average lifespan for these guys is about 40 years. Now, at about 40 years, they're full size. It's about 4.5 meters head to tail. So for reference, you might have seen Terry, our saltwater crocodile outside. He's only 3.5 meters long. So eventually, when Cargo's at his full size, he'll have another meter on Terry right now. They also weigh about 25 kilos at their full size. Cargo's only about 8. So for reference, when you feel Cargo, he's only about a third of the overall body mass you'll eventually accrue. All muscle as well. So they're not our longest snake. That record's held by the scrub python in Australia. They get up to about 8.5 meters long, but they're not as big and bulky as these guys. So these guys, they're our heaviest snake and our largest by virtue of that. With the big pythons in Australia, important thing to recognise with them is they don't hunt or kill humans. So we have no man-hunting snakes in Australia. With Cargo, they're of quite big cultural significance. Don't go into my shirt, thank you. So with Cargo, they're quite big cultural significance. So you see underneath the light, they have that beautiful rainbow shine to them. So you'll hear the rainbow surfing in Aboriginal Dreamtime up north. So where that story comes from, it's actually based on this species of snake. And when you're in the top end, it's the best way to separate these guys. Unfortunately, a lot of people attack them and kill them, or especially when they're on the road, because people think it's a big brown snake and just run it over, which is a completely incoherent response. But the best way to tell these guys apart is if you see a snake with that rainbow shine on it, it's always a python of some degree. These guys, when they are at their full size, they don't hunt or kill humans. Their diet is nonetheless still equally as impressive. Obviously don't hunt or kill us, which is good, but they will hunt and kill freshwater crocodiles. There's documented footage online which you can look of one of these guys hunting and killing a 3.5 meter freshwater crocodile. That olive python was about 4.5 meters long though, so it was a huge snake. That's why a lot of people like hold as well. Yeah? Yeah, no worries. I'll just get these people through.
So we drove 45 minutes out of Alice Springs, Corroboree Rock. We're guessing that's Corroboree Rock there. 45 more kilometres out on the Ross Highway, so in the East McDonnell Range, not the West McDonnell Range, and take you around Corroboree Rock. Quick 15-minute walk. We'll see our friend the Parentes. We've just seen in the animal reptile show. Keep our eyes out for them. They're said to be out here. We shall see. Walking track, you can see it's fairly easy. Level. It's a little dry creek bed to cross. Easy enough walking. Camping's not permitted, but we believe that that is Corroboree Rock.
Well, let's hope we don't see any of them big browns.
We don't need to see the big browns, we don't, exactly. As the guy in the reptile show said, it's starting to warm up, so snakes are beginning to become active. But if you keep your eyes peeled, they are more scared of us than we are of them. They're not out to strike humans.
Unless you've got a rat on your shoulder.
Exactly, unless you've got a rat on your shoulder.
But you don't want to step on one.
Nope.
Because that's when he will bite you.
Fairly easy level walk out.
Toilet, and there's just bush.
Corroboree Rock. Which we're trying to work out if it's in the East McDonnell Ranges, but we're not sure if Larapinta trails any part of it. Maybe if someone knows, they can drop something in the comments and let us know if Larapinta trail goes out past Corroboree Rock. If you do, kindly drop a comment down below, let us know. Fairly easy walk, as I said. Can hear the buzzings of the flies. Hear that? It's the flies.
I stopped to look at the flowers.
Stop to look at the flowers, very good. We stopped to hear the buzzing of the flies.
Why is it these
Don't know.
sacred nature and power of the site?
So this is part the way around. That's Corroboree Rock up there. A significant site for the Indigenous Aboriginal people.
It's part of their dreaming.
Part of their dreaming.
Regard it as similar to a church.
Ah, so there you go, similar to a church for them. Very good. Remains fairly easy level walk through. Opens up here, a bit more open.
Always having a moment.
Opens out to a sort of a plain here.
Well, the weather's certainly warming up now.
36 degrees today. For those who have an interest in the weather, we've been told by the locals the best part to be out, this time of year to be out, is this time of the year. Not too hot, not too cold. Those that are interested in the meteorological side of things, it's 36, 37 today. We had 39 yesterday. But we're out here in October, which locals recommend is the best time. Summer can be too hot. Temperatures in the mid 40s, not uncommon, which would make it
Really long but quite narrow.
can make it too hot to venture out.
So what?
Dry creek bed to cross. So this dry creek bed runs through to the car park, and this is the rear aspect of Corroboree Rock.
It's like stairs going up.
Yeah. Can you hear the birds chirping in the back there? Yeah. So this brings you up to a regeneration area, revegetation area. So this is the back end of Corroboree Rock. Little stairs up there, up that way.